Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, Dawson ASMR. Boop. Today's video is yet another installment in what is probably my favorite series that I do here on my channel, and that is my quarterly physical media haul. If you've not been here before, here's the drill very quick. I'm going to show you all the books and movies that I have obtained over the past 3 months. So, in June, in May, and April, this is everything that I managed to acquire, whether I bought it, or was gifted to me, or a company sent it, what have you. So, let's go ahead and get started. Let's not waste any more time. I won't keep you here all day. But sit back, relax, maybe take a nap, and let's start with books. So, I'm a massive Star Wars fan, and what you're going to find is that I bought 2 Star Wars books this month. I bought this gorgeous copy of The Phantom Menace, the adaptation, and this is by Terry Brooks, and this is an original hardcover printing. So we have Obi-Wan on the front, Qui-Gon Jinn on the back, and yeah, I was very surprised that I found it in such good condition, so cheap. To be fair, I ordered it first off of, I think it was Half Price Books on eBay, and they said it was like new condition. I was like, that's an amazing deal what you're charging, and it came without a dust jacket, so I had to get it again. And I hated to be that petty person, but you said it was like new and it had no dust jacket, and the spine was like unglued. Do you see how this is glued? It's perfect. Yeah, the other one wasn't. It was falling apart. So I like new. Yeah, I look like new, right? I look like I'm the crypt keeper. But I got the first one, and I own the third one. So I just need the second one. But realistically, I like to own all 3 in their original printings. My third one is a special edition. So. And then I have, because I'm reading canon mostly, but I'm not reading as many of the Legends books, and I want to read the ones that pique my interest the most, and as you'll see, the prequel era is my favorite era. So, I got The Approaching Storm. Look at Hayden, he's so pretty. So, this is a story that's essentially a prologue to Attack of the Clones. And this has Obi-Wan and Anakin going on a mission with, her name escapes me. Hold on, I will tell you. Her name is Luminara Undali. Yes, Luminari from the Clone Wars, who has one of the best episodes with Ahsoka, by the way. But this is a gorgeous book, and I'm very excited to read this. I have a list of about 5 or 6 books that are just Anakin and Obi-Wan from the Legends, and I want to read them. So, yeah, you can probably see I have a Star Wars shelf back there. So, yeah. And then I had, listen, I feel really bad. I'm trying to read as quickly as I can. I'm trying to upload book reviews, if that's what you guys still want. Just quick little reels that come and go. And I want to do it for, well, Simon Dean continuously sends me books, and I love them. And some of them sound amazing. So, and they all sound really good, but some of them just like really get me. And these next 2 really did. And I have to read them. But this is Golden Boy. And this is by A.J. Simon. And this doesn't come out until August. So I'll probably read it this month and get a review out. But this is about a boy who is a golden retriever, and he gets turned into a human. And I don't know anything else about that. I don't know anything else about the book. Just that idea is adorable. On top of the fact, isn't it just a gorgeous book? This isn't the finished copy, of course. There'll be a hardcover when it's published, but it's so beautiful. The white border, the yellows and blues coming together. That's so so gorgeous. I thought that was just beautiful. So, they did send me that, as well as The Secret to Belonging by Megan E. Freeman. And this is another one that's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at the stars and the hair. This, I don't really know what this is about. All I know is that it was called Heartbreaking, Hopeful, and a Total Treasure. And that it's written, well, it's written in verse. And this doesn't come out until September, so I still have time to read this and review it for you all. And I have a couple more that I'm reading this month that I'm going to try to read fast and get reviews out for. I'm not obligated to review them, but I really only ask for the ones I'm interested in, and very occasionally do they send ones that I haven't asked for. So I'm really trying to get them all reviewed. Even if they're late reviews, Simon, Teen, I love you guys. I feel like I'm still reviewing them, and my viewers love watching my reviews from what I've seen in the comments and stuff. So, but yeah, the last time I read a book in verse, I sobbed for an hour. And Ellen Hopkins was always one of my favorite authors growing up, so very interested. And then the last book, I got a pen because I'm doing it. One of y'all sent me, in my mind, I can't remember what I had for dinner last night. I don't know what it is. It's, I got amnesia or something. I've been like that for years. But this is, The Killer Isn't Alice. This is really interesting. This is a game, essentially, and it's a puzzle that there are 46,600 names in here. And when I say that, I mean there are actual names. So, and I'm very much just not getting it, because every time I think, oh, I'm doing such a good job, because there's clues. Like, the character's name, the killer's name is longer than 3 letters. The killer's name doesn't have any vowels or something. Like, there's different clues. Every time I'm like, oh yeah, I got them, my mind is doing that thing where you think you've selected every choice, and then you scan the page again, you realize there's more. So I'm going to have to slow it down. This is going to be one of those books that probably takes me the rest of the year, if I even finish it by then. So, but it's very cool, very fun so far. I love puzzle stuff like that. I'm a big puzzle guy, so. But that is all the books that I got. Now we need to talk about movies. And the fact that I hear sirens, and hopefully it's not a post 4th of July accident or something. But, because it's a fire engine, I can hear it. I have quite a bit more movies than books to show you, mostly because I'm very selective on what I want to read and what I want to own, because you can see it's a giant mess back there. I need to be selective. Movies, however, I have a list of ones that I just want to own and make sure I have them all. So I'm actively building that up, which is why I have so many every quarter. So the first one, this is sort of a guilty pleasure. Am I mad that it beat Sinners Out for Best Song? Abso-freaking-lutely. But you know what? I still got to watch Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler win at the Oscars. But the movie is K-Pop Demon Hunters. Now you may be asking yourself, they make that on DVD? I don't think so. But someone at a flea market was selling it, and I was like, it plays, so I'm gonna get it. I love this. I actually have one of the Soulja Boy. I've watched it forever, so I don't remember their names. But I have his doll coming from Mattel, and I really need to get the other 3. I need to get the trio. I need to get them. And one day I will, hopefully. But I just think it's a lot of fun. I love anime. I love fun movies that are, the animation is seen as more of an art form than it is as like a kid's movie. So I like when it's taken seriously. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And the music's really fun. So I got that. Then I got, so there are a couple. I'm on a Hayden Christensen. I'm a lover of Hayden Christensen. And a lot of his movies are harder to find, or they're out of print, or, things like that. So I found two that were actually fairly inexpensive. And I said, you know what, I'm going to grab them while I see them. So the first was Factory Girl. And I don't know what this is about. I don't, other than it's Hayden, and it's supposedly one of his most well-loved movies. Like, he's supposedly very, very good in it. But it has Sienna Miller and Guy Pearce. And I love Guy Pearce. So, it says it's the uncut and unrated version, but I don't know what that means. Anyways, I get this, though. Why does it say Andy Warhol on the back of it? Anyways, I got this. Yeah. And then the other one I got is, I can't say the word because censorship and YouTube guidelines, but Something Territory. And I haven't seen this one either, but Tim Roth is in it too. Very interesting. But what I get from it is that it's just a bunch of guys telling stories or something. And oh wow, it's a weird movie when they have to say Tim Roth is from The Incredible Hulk. Just forget that he was in half the Tarantino collection. But Christopher Egan is in this. Oh my god, he's so underrated as an actor. What the heck? But it's supposed to be a comedy, and Hayden is gorgeous in this. So, yeah. And this is in Hollywood Video copy. So if you've ever lived anywhere that had a Hollywood Video at 1400 Park Avenue, probably doesn't exist anymore. I got the copy that was at your store. So, it would be funny if somebody knows what that is. I think it would be really cool. So then I got a movie that, again, it was hard to find. I really love evocative movies, or provocative, I guess is the word you'd use. Movies that sort of push the boundary, if you will. I grew up on the likes of Tarantino. I grew up on the likes of movies like Hairspray and Kinky Boots and things like that. So I like movies that push the envelope a little, to tell stories that are raw, that are more boundless, I suppose I would say. So I have Sebastian, and this is a film directed by 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲, I guess is how you'd say it. And this follows a boy named Max, who is traversing this world of wanting to be a writer, while also doing blank work, and writing those stories as experience. So you know what I'm trying to say. And it's really, so the IndieWire called it poignant and transgressive, and I really have to agree with that, because for me it was like 3/4 through this that something happens, and you realize, oh my god, I think we've all been put in that situation one way or another. So it almost becomes terrifying in that sense, but it's still really stunning. The filmmaking is reminiscent almost of like All of Us Strangers, so it's very pretty. So, Sebastian. And this is very hard to get on DVD. Amazon for a while had some of my favorite sort of boundless, sexy-ish movies. And I got this one, but there's still two others I want to get, and I unfortunately think one is sold out now, but another one I think is still there. We'll see. Okay, I got these. This is a collection because it was on sale for like $3. Okay, and my boyfriend had never watched these before, and I watched them with him a couple years ago, and it was, we laughed so hard. I ended up on the floor having to take an inhaler. They were just, I guess to us, because we were just feeling stupid, they were funny. But it's the American Pie collection. It seems like every time I do one of these hauls, I show you guys something irreverent, like Blue Mountain State or Accepted or something like that. And a big part of that is nostalgia for being young and having a brother who was older, who, even at like 14, 15, was like the college jock bro who looked out for me and, showed me the ropes of playing PlayStation on games I was way too young to be playing, like Grand Theft Auto, and then showing me comedies that I was way too young to be watching. But that's what it is to have an older brother. And they're absolutely hilarious. They are. And some of the best sort of actors that are underrated in the scene are from these. So I forget her name off the top of my head because I'm so bad with names. But where's she at? Her, right there. She has a crafting like Instagram account, and I watch it all the time. It's very cool. So yeah, I got that collection. Then remember that I think I told you the account I found that I could I could buy movies for like $2 on Mercari. And I was like, I'm gonna gatekeep it. I did gatekeep it, and essentially I got everything that I could want, and there's nothing else that I want from him until he gets more stuff. But I got Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This is the first of 4 that I picked up. This is a classic. I want to own the rom-coms that really shaped me and changed my life, and or just were some of my favorites, and then of course some that are even modern day favorites. But this is definitely a standout for me. This has Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, and they are husband and wife who are rival spies on both sides of the spectrum. And this is just really fun, really cool. Is it really like basic? Yes, but it's a lot of fun. They turned it into a whole TV show now. But it's just, I don't know, it's cool and it works. And they're married in real life at the time, but I know, all that stuff. But there's a scene where she is just so cool, and he says, "Come to daddy," and it's like, innuendo, and she just hauls off and kicks him through a glass case. It is so hilarious. But yeah, love it. Very cool. And they fit that spy aesthetic. At that time of like the 2000s, Brangelina stuff, it was like the spy aesthetic was cool. Then I got a Christmas movie. Sorry. I feel like this movie is going to resonate with most, if not all, of my English viewers. Because I feel like it's your all's, what's America's like staple movie? I don't know. Spider-Man 2001? No, but it's Love Actually. Because love is actually all around us. And I watch this movie every holiday season. If you follow me on my letterbox, always linked below, you will probably see this no less than 10 times between November and January. Sorry. I love it. You have Hugh Grant, you have Liam Neeson, you have Colin Firth, Laura Linney, who is Mother, Emma Thompson, who is Mother, Alan Rickman, who is Father, Keira Knightley, who is stunning. We have Rick Grimes is in this, okay? Rick Grimes. Yeah, he's in this. It is just so much fun. Is it a bad movie? I don't think so. What do other people say it is? Probably. But it's sort of a staple, I think, in the English film community. So, there's Rick. Yeah, very cool. So, and then I got 2 more rom-coms. There's Zac Efron rom-coms. So I want you to just, me and you're going to connect telepathically, and you're going to tell me which 2 did you think I bought? Okay, you just lock those in. Because the first one is 17 again. Now let me tell you, I want you to just picture young me. Go back in time for a minute. So, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with High School Musical, obsessed with Zac Efron. How my parents didn't know I was gay when I had a framed photo of him, I don't know. But then this was the first movie that I saw post High School Musical. Very strange experience, let me tell you. But it's hilarious. It still holds up today. It's essentially a grown man who ends up through an accident, a car accident. He ends up going back to being 17. And he's just traversing that life, sort of. He helps his daughter kind of deal with her emotions because now he's her age and she doesn't know it's him. He helps his wife feel more connected to him, even though it's like a weird, funny dynamic, but it is just so good. So, and then the other one is 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲. That Awkward Moment. Zac Efron, Michael B. Jordan, Miles Teller. One of these men is an Oscar winner. And the other two are freaking hilarious. So, I absolutely loved this movie. I have seen this multiple times. It's a guy comedy that shockingly is not offensive. It doesn't make the butt of the joke women. In fact, the men themselves are put in their place by being horrible to women. And the women show them you can't just do that and think you can get away with it. So it's very funny. It's more of a flirtier type of comedy. It really hinges on the typical rom-com elements, but it's also super hilarious. And you won't feel like a complete D-bag watching it. So, but yeah, I love this. I'm usually more focused on women-driven rom-coms or queer rom-coms. But this is an instance of like male-centric ones. I think it's just really, really good. So, and I have another pile. Oh Lord. So I bought a couple TV shows this month. I'm not gonna lie, because physical media is a dying art, and we saw what PlayStation did with their new PS6 that's gonna be coming out in a couple of years. No discs whatsoever, so that's great. So I'm buying up as much as I can. And one of my favorite shows that I grew up on was Skins. And if any of you know where I can get seasons 1 and 2, because for some reason I can't even find eBay listings that are under like $200. Anyways, I got series 3 and 4. So this is where the iconic, lovable, BAFTA-winning Jack O'Connell comes from. He is the devil and an angel at the same time. No, I love his acting. It's absolutely stunning. If you've not seen Starred Up with Jack O'Connell, you need to. But this is the second generation of kids featured in the hit British TV show, where they go to Roundview College and their lives are intertwined with chaos and drama and everything that it means to be a teenager. My one question is, why are the kids in these films so greasy? And I know people say, well, that's what it was like being a teenager. I was a teenager. And I showered once to twice a day. Somebody wash Cookie's hair. But no, they're just really fun. They really push the boundaries. I have 3, and then I also got 4. And Effie is our main character, of course, but for me it's always been Cook from this series and Maxie from the first series. So, just absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, some of the greatest actors came from Skins. And you know why? Because they took a chance. None of the actors in this are famous when they filmed it. Jack O'Connell became an icon. Daniel Kaluuya became an icon. Nicholas Hoult. You had, even the girl who plays Effie. You have, I cannot pronounce it, guys. You know what I'm trying to say. And, they're stars. And I think that's really cool that happened. So, yeah, Dave Patel, another one, just thought of. But, yeah, so there's that. Then I got you're going to see two movies that helped me round out and complete my Ryan Coogler collection. Ryan Coogler is my favorite director. So I got this really pretty copy of Fruitvale Station. Now, Fruitvale Station was one of Michael B. Jordan's first movie roles. One of, not the first one. And director Ryan Coogler's debut. Look at this gorgeous cover. Now, if you don't know what this movie's about, it's about Oscar Grant, the young man who was wrongfully gunned down by the police in California. And this was in, I want to say 2009, I think it was, by BART officers at the BART trains. So, Michael B. Jordan plays Oscar, and yeah, it's just a heartbreaking movie. It's very short. It's like an hour 15 or something. But it's heartbreaking. Octavia Spencer is in it. You have Melanie Diaz, and it is just, I mean, and this is the quote from the movie. These, it's not really a spoiler. It's been on the internet since 2009. Oscar's last words: "I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna be good." It's what we hear last in the movie. So, yeah, it is just a stunning movie. The case is gorgeous. That's the original cover. But this, I don't know what this case is. If it's like a special edition or first printing, or I don't know, but it's gorgeous. Then I got, this is another instance where I can just show you a bunch of things at once. I want to own all of the major horror franchises that I watch on repeat. And especially because I like my gore uncensored. I'm messed up in the head like that. You know, I'm not gonna, but also I don't want makeup artists like Tom Savini to have to put in all that work just for it to be censored by the NPAA. You know, so I ended up buying the Friday collection this time. So this is the first 8, and I haven't opened it, but let me tell you, I got all of these. I'm gonna tell you, this is like I'm telling you a secret. It sounds like wrong that I did this. Like I feel like I ripped the guy off. He sold me everything, including 3 individual movies, for $25. I think he just wanted to get rid of everything, honestly. But this is the first 8 in this beautiful collection. And this has, and I've met Kane Hodder, by the way. Beautiful human being. Just so kind, so sweet. But this has Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 3, Friday the 13th The Final Chapter, A New Beginning, Jason Lives, The New Blood, and Jason Takes Manhattan. So, just get a little, where the plastic is. Yeah. So I got that, and then, of course, I got the rest. So I got, I think this is the next one. I got Jason Goes to Hell, which is a beautiful copy. It's not marred. Usually these copies are really messed up for some reason that I've seen, but beautiful. And this is the unrated version. So this has more gore. This is probably the worst one in the franchise. I just think it's a lot of fun. I'm sorry. It's fantastical and silly. And then we have what could easily be my favorite, but I'm not going to say it is because it just seems a little unfair to the rest of the films in the franchise. But Jason X. Very cool. This is Jason Voorhees in space. Okay? I get that everyone went to space. You know, Jason went to space. I think Leprechaun went to space. Chucky almost went to space before they scrapped it. So, Jason, of course, had to go there. It's reverent, it's sci-fi. It feels like an early 2000s Sci-Fi Channel TV show. And those are some of my favorite TV shows and movies growing up were on that channel. So, yeah, I just love it. I love it, but arguably the best in the franchise is the most recent. And that's the remake, Friday the 13th. And this is the killer cut because, let's be real, we want the unrated. And this really just reboots the entire franchise. It ignores everything else. It even starts with a prologue for about 2 minutes where we see the ending of the original movie, but just refilmed with new actors. So, absolutely stunning, gorgeous film. Really cool actor playing Jason. I love Kane Hodder, but they have, I believe, a pro wrestler playing Jason in this one. And it's just so cool. Jared Padalecki is in this. You have Daniel Panabaker from Disney, Travis Van Winkle, who I think is most famously from that show, You. But very cool movie. And then I did end up finishing my Ryan Coogler collection. We're almost done, I promise. And I got Creed. And I got this for a really good deal. I got this used. I bought it because I was buying something else, and he had a deal that if you bought 3 things, you got 20% off. And I was like, yeah, just take my money, like whatever. But this is a really beautiful cover. I think it's so crystal clear. Usually these covers get scratched up, but I don't know. It's very cool. This, of course, is the reboot to the Rocky franchise, or soft reboot. It's Adonis Creed, who is Apollo Creed's son out of wedlock, and he goes to Rocky to train him because he's also going to be a boxer. And this is a trilogy. I have the first one. This is the only one directed by Ryan Coogler. I don't remember who directed part 2, but Michael B. Jordan made his directorial debut directing part 3. But this is just so fun. It's a homey vibe. Like, I can put it in and I can just lay up on the couch and I just feel comforted. I don't know, it's a very comforting watch. So, yeah, I got that. And I got it because I was buying these other 2 things. Let me tell you, you're not allowed to judge me for buying these, okay? We buy films because they're just fun. And at the heart, you know, is this the equivalent of a straight man buying a Pam Anderson movies? I don't know. Maybe it is. I need to stop. I got the Magic Mike movies. That's gonna get me censored. Oh no, I can't show these to you. We're gonna... YouTube is just a movie. Get over it. So I got Magic Mike. I got part 1, and let's cover his chest. I got part 2. Okay, I got them both. I've not seen part 3, but after hearing what part 3 is about, I was like, I'm good. You know, I like these because they genuinely are a really good story. They almost feel like they could be like spicy books on Book Talk. They really do feel like they have that vibe. It's just the romance is a little bit weak because we know the reason they were made. We know the reason. But Channing Tatum, Alex Pettyfer, Joe Manganiello. Sorry. Yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. And I can't even show them to you because of censorship. It's so funny. Anyways, I have one more movie and then a TV show. So the movie is The Maze Runner. I forgot that I own this, and that's why I'm hauling it, because I found it in a cabinet in my living room with some movies that were going to be donated, and I was like, wait, this is mine. I own this. Wait a minute. And it is mine because there was a receipt inside where I bought it from a yard sale. So, I've never watched this. I've never read it. Dylan O'Brien is one of my favorite actors, though. I think he's very underrated as an actor, and I think he's finally being taken seriously. Yeah, it's apparently iconic, so I do own it. And then the last thing. This is going to be a problem to hold up. Amazon absolutely was doing their Prime Day. Prime Day is a scam, okay? And I'm not afraid to say that. So Amazon, if you want to come for me, hands are raised. It's a scam. Most sales are, most Black Fridays, Prime Days, what have you. It even happened to me. I put some shorts that I wanted on my Amazon cart. They're the same shorts I always buy over and over because they rip easy, but they're really comfortable. And they're Prime dealed at like $6 a pair. I was like, oh my god, yeah, that's actually a pretty good deal. Knowing that I know it's a scam, and didn't buy them. 2 days later, Prime Day's over. They're still in my cart. Today, they're still in my cart. It's been about a week and a half, and they're still like $7.50, I think, a pair. So they up the price to like $15 and say, oh, $6. Look how cheap they are. And they're not really. So I'm afraid I probably got ripped off buying this, thinking it was a good deal. But this is Shameless, the complete series. I have seen the first 3 seasons, I think, and absolutely loved it. I love the chaos. I love the acting. I love that it feels so real. You know what I mean? It feels authentic to a poor family. I grew up poor. I didn't grow up this poor. But still I find myself relating to a lot of the elements of it, coming from a neighborhood that was very similar to this one. And knowing people that were very much like Frank Gallagher, and even like Fiona, who was forced to take care of a family that they didn't want. So, very fun. I love all the acting. I love all the characters. I mean, you have to love Fiona's relationship with, wow, I love that my brain is just like blanking on her name. Steve Howey's wife in the show. What is wrong with me? I can't even remember the children's names. I just know that's Jeremy Allen White and Cameron Monaghan. But, yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I've seen people say Debbie gets to be a really annoying character in the later seasons, but I also think people have a tendency to just hate on female characters in general. We all know what people hate Skylar White in Breaking Bad, but I think she's my favorite character. So, anyways, that is all the physical media I got in this quarter. You count for me. I don't know how many movies. I don't know how many TV shows and movies. But yeah, I love showing you guys these. I love collecting physical media. I'm always looking out for more and for good deals. So if you all know any good sites or anything like that, I can get some good deals, just let me know in the comments. And until next time, remember you're beautiful, you're wonderful, and you're loved.